you for this opportunity to speak for what I believe are millions of parents. I have 3 kids currently in 5th grade, 2nd grade, and kindergarten who I love very much. My children and millions of other children have not had access to the education they deserve for over a year. President Biden's goal of having a majority of schools open to some degree in his first 100 days is incomprehensible. It was achieved before he took office. A majority of students are indeed attending school in person 5 days a week. 2/3 of public school districts are currently open 5 days a week, many of them since the fall. The districts that are failing our children are the large metropolitan areas where school boards are heavily controlled by powerful teachers unions like New York, Chicago, San Francisco, LA, and Washington, D.C. We know schools are safe because not one person is calling on the open schools to close. Here in Fairfax County, unreasonable union demands coupled with a flat-footed superintendent and school board have crippled what was once a premier district. The goalposts keep moving as they run out the clock on this school year and leave students behind. We were told that teachers needed to be vaccinated first, so Virginia put them at the front of the line with healthcare workers and senior citizens. And then when all willing teachers in Fairfax were vaccinated, they still refused to fully reopen. Then we were told they needed more money. The school districts that are currently closed are some of the best funded in the nation. Fairfax County is in the top 10. Schools that are closed have saved millions of dollars, while open schools have lost money. America rallied to give them more money anyway. In the CARES Act a year ago today, Congress appropriated $13 billion. In December, an additional $54 billion. Despite most of that money remaining unspent in 2021, this Congress pursued $126 billion more in the American Rescue Plan, nearly none of it to be spent actually reopening schools. The latest goalpost moving has come around 6-foot distancing. We knew this was overcautious in 2020 because a majority of school districts were already ignoring it. But districts like Fairfax used it as a crutch to only consider opening 2 days a week. The CDC finally admitted what they already knew and reduced it to 3 feet. Randy Weingarten of the American Federation of Teachers said that still was not good enough, and they wanted even more money. No science or vaccination or amount of money will ever be good enough. The kids are suffering greatly. We've seen a terrible spike in suicides, depression, anxiety, and a loss of access to nutrition, socialization, and physical health. Children with physical and learning disabilities who require additional support have received a minimum of what the law compels schools to offer. So many students are falling behind in Fairfax County that they actually eliminated failing grades altogether. These are the results of the union efforts. Families are fleeing public schools. Inequality is skyrocketing, and our most vulnerable populations are getting hit the hardest. The data is vast and clear. Schools are safe. Public health, pediatric, and psychological experts are nearly unanimously agreed that school closures are the crisis in their own right and need to end. It's time for science and common sense to prevail. Let's not wait one more day. The fall is just an excuse for districts like Fairfax to keep falling behind. We hear that we need more money and more time when schools have had plenty of both. If public school systems like Fairfax can choose to not offer adequate instruction, these billions of dollars should go to students instead so they can access better choices. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you.